Winning the Heisman Trophy is supposed to be the ultimate golden ticket. You're crowned as the best player in college football. Your name is etched into history, and NFL teams start dreaming of you as their franchise savior. But, as history shows, sometimes that golden ticket is really just a trapdoor. Today, we're diving into the Heisman winners who absolutely flopped in the NFL. The players who went from college legends to pro-level disappointments. Some faded quietly, others went down in flames, and a few left fans asking, how did it all go so wrong? And hey, as we go through this list, I want to hear from you. Which Heisman bust was the biggest letdown in your eyes? Drop your pick in the comments. Maybe it's a name I bring up today, or maybe you've got another one in mind. Quarterbacks who flopped. 1. Ware, 1989, Houston. Ware absolutely dominated in Houston's run-and-shoot offense. Over 4,600 yards and 46 touchdowns. He was like a video game character. The Detroit Lions drafted him expecting he'd fit perfectly in their high-octane system. But in the NFL, total mismatch. He never started more than 6 games in a season. Anecdote. Ware later admitted he was overwhelmed by the complexity of NFL defenses compared to what he saw in college. Audience hook. Here's the question. Do you think Ware would have succeeded if he played today in the pass-happy NFL where spread offenses are everywhere? 2. Gino Torretta, 1992 Miami. Torretta had the swagger. Miami Hurricanes dynasty, back-to-back national titles. He looked the part. Drafted in the 7th round. Barely played. 1 career start. His career passer rating? 36.7. Yikes. He's often used as an example that winning the Heisman doesn't mean you're a first-round talent. Fun fact, Torretta now works in financial services, a far cry from football. Transition. But while Torretta fizzled quietly, some Heisman winners had all the hype in the world and burned out just as loudly. 3. Matt Leinart, 2004, USC. Leinart was Hollywood football, star QB at USC, dating models, winning titles, hanging with celebrities. He was the guy, drafted by the Cardinals, but he never locked down the starting role. Kurt Warner, at age 36, actually beat him out. Anecdote. Leinart later admitted he didn't prepare enough, saying he coasted on talent instead of grinding. Hypothetical. Imagine if Leinart had Tom Brady's work ethic. Would he have been a Pro Bowler? Or was he always just a system QB benefiting from USC's stacked roster? 4. Troy Smith, 2006, Ohio State. Won the Heisman with ridiculous numbers, nearly unstoppable in the Big Ten. Drafted by the Ravens, but his small size and struggles reading defenses limited him. He started a handful of games before disappearing into obscurity. He actually played in the Canadian Football League afterward. Audience interaction. Do you think Smith was ahead of his time? If he came out in the Lamar Jackson era, maybe teams would have built around his mobility. 5. Johnny Manziel, 2012, Texas A&M. Oh man, Johnny football. He was electric in college, beating Alabama as a freshman, running around like a backyard legend. Drafted by the Browns. And, well, the train wreck began. Off-field antics, partying in Vegas, showing up late to practice, even reportedly watching his iPad playbook for minutes total. Anecdote. One report said the Browns coaches knew he wasn't studying because the team iPad tracked activity, and his usage was basically zero. Speculation. If Manziel had Patrick Mahomes' discipline, he could have been special. Instead, he's one of the NFL's biggest, what could have been stories. Smooth transition. Quarterbacks tend to get the spotlight when they flop, but trust me, some running backs with Heismans were just as disappointing. Running backs who flopped. 6. Archie Griffin, 1974 and 1975, Ohio State. Only 2-time Heisman winner in history. Absolute legend in college. In the NFL, just 2,800 rushing yards in 7 seasons. He never once cracked 800 in a year. Still beloved at Ohio State. His jersey is retired. He's basically royalty in Columbus. But in Cincinnati, fans were underwhelmed. Thought-provoking. It's wild. Do we call Griffin a bust? Or was he just a victim of unrealistic expectations because no one can live up to 2-time Heisman winner hype? 7. Rashaan Salaam, 1994 Colorado. Had 2,000 plus yards in college, a monster. Drafted by the Bears. His rookie year gave hope, 1,000 yards rushing. But then injuries and struggles with substance abuse derailed his career. Salaam's story is actually tragic. He later passed away in 2016 at age 42. Many believe he struggled with CTE symptoms. Commentary. He's one of those Heisman winners where the story isn't just about football, but about how fragile careers and lives can be. 8. Dayne, 1999 Wisconsin. Nicknamed the Great Dane. College football's all-time leading rusher when he left. Drafted by the Giants with sky-high expectations. But NFL defenses swallowed him up. He wasn't fast enough to break big plays. Fans joke that Dayne looked like a fullback stuck in a tailback's body. Fun fact, Dayne later admitted he never really liked training or conditioning. He just wanted to play ball. Hypothetical, if Dayne came out today, maybe he's used as a Derrick Henry-style bruiser. But in the early 2000s, wrong fit, wrong era. 9. Mark Ingram 2009 Alabama. Now, Ingram's career isn't a total bust. He had a long career, made a Pro Bowl, won a Super Bowl. But compared to the Heisman hype, he never became that superstar face of the league. He's often seen as a case of good, not great. Wide receivers. 10. Desmond Howard, 1991 Michigan. Known for that iconic Heisman pose celebration. Huge college star. In the NFL, never really a top receiver. But he reinvented himself as a return specialist. Fun story. He was Super Bowl 31 MVP as a returner for the Packers. The only special teams player ever to win that award. Audience hook. So, is Howard really a bust? Or just a different kind of success story? Wrap up. Why do Heisman winners flop? College systems don't always translate to the NFL. NFL defenses are faster, smarter, and way more physical. Some players peak in college, and that's okay. Being a legend at one level doesn't guarantee success at the next. And then you've got outside factors, injuries, bad coaching fits, or even lifestyle choices like we saw with Manziel. So here's the big takeaway. The Heisman Trophy might crown you as the best in college, but the NFL is a whole different universe. For every winner who goes on to become a legend, like Barry Sanders or Charles Woodson, there are just as many who fade into obscurity. But I want to hear from you. Which Heisman winner do you think was the biggest NFL flop? And on the flip side, who's the most underrated success story? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more sports deep dives.